Starts.
Good afternoon, I'm Dan Hagan. Today on Up North at 4, we will talk to the two candidates for the 7th Congressional District, Tom Tiffany and Tricia Zunker. We'll get to that in a bit, but first here's weather with Weller. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, I hear some storms are on the horizon.
Yep, plenty of sunshine out there now, but the clouds are filling in as we speak, and the thunderstorms are not that far away to the west of us right now. They're actually to the west, to the north, and to the east of us currently. This whole area should fill in with rain later on this evening. That'll give us a healthy dose of showers and storms tonight that will linger into and throughout the day tomorrow, as the main event is still this system way back here. That's going to come by for us throughout the day tomorrow, bringing us more rain chances throughout the day tomorrow. Looking in closer, so nothing is severe in Wisconsin right now. However, these guys right there, they have been severe across the UP. Likely these will keep expanding. See how lightning data is on there as we speak. As they have lightning, that means updrafts are developing as we speak, which will likely make them stronger as they work into north central Wisconsin this evening. We could see some very gusty winds and locally heavy rainfall to the tune of 1 to 2 inches. So this is the general area we're all watching for potentially some severe weather tonight. And the threat is not very high at all across Wisconsin. That's off to the west of us along the front, but still we'll likely get some slow-moving thunderstorms in here tonight that will drop some locally heavy rainfall, and they could kind of dampen your campfire later on this evening. All right, Futurecast shows the clouds out there now, and here comes system 1 and 2. Notice the spin in the atmosphere tomorrow, meaning it's moving very, very slowly. It's going to keep rain in the forecast pretty much all day tomorrow with some dry hours in there as well. Here we are Sunday morning, still some clouds around with showers departing to the west or east of us, and we'll be in a drying out mode for us on Sunday. Here's the fuel though, dew points in the middle, even upper 60s right now. This thunderstorms love this kind of environment. We'll have humid conditions tonight into tomorrow before the front comes through on Saturday evening. And check out these temperatures. We're back in the 80s today, and it feels like it as well, with dew points near 70 out there right now. So here's your forecast then for tonight though is increasing clouds, a couple of active showers and thunderstorms out there, locally strong with low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Looking for a new home? See how you can customize at North Country Homes.
The 4-foot by 6-foot walk-in ceramic showers have been real popular. And we're seeing a lot more different trim and cabinet colors coming into the market. It's always a good feeling seeing a family move into the new home and their family enjoying it.
Let our family make your family a home.
Homes you can feel good about. North Country Homes.
A technical education is more valuable and essential than ever, with 2/3 of careers in 2020 requiring hands-on skills. Nicolet College provides a quality education and programs that are more flexible, affordable, and relevant in today's careers. For added flexibility, select programs offer monthly start dates and personalized learning. Plus, with courses offered on campus or online, there's a program suited for everyone. Nicolet College is the next step toward your successful career.
To fix the economy, we have to get control over the virus. I'm releasing a plan to save lives in the months ahead. We need increased federal support for testing, doubling the number of drive-through testing sites. We absolutely need a clear message from the very top of our federal government that everyone needs to wear a mask in public. Every single frontline worker should have the personal protective equipment that they need to be safe. We need to support schools and child care programs so parents, if and when they can return to work, are confident that their children will be safe and cared for. And finally, we need to protect the populations most at risk, our seniors, vulnerable populations with pre-existing conditions. We need real plans, real guidelines with uniform nationwide standards. It's a simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Yeah, well, look what I did this weekend, huh?
Your weekends brought to you by American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano and Evinrude Motors. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Check them out in the largest showroom in the USA. Buy or trade into a new boat and get out on the water today, and we'll give you the best deal, guaranteed by at least $500. Get the most out of your weekends with Evinrude Motors and American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
LDF Country Market is a full-service grocery store with the area's lowest gas prices. Quality, selection, priced right in one stop. Shop our always fresh produce, locally sourced from area farms when available. Make meals easy with hand-cut meats from our legendary butchers. You'll make mouths water. Enjoy hot and ready deli meals cooked daily just for you. Browse a large selection of handcrafted, authentic Native American jewelry. Join our rewards club and save with weekly specials at ldfcountrymarket.com.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. This is our last day of political conversations today with the DNC wrapping up yesterday. We now welcome Northern Wisconsin's Congressman, Republican Tom Tiffany. Tom, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dan. Good to be here.
Well, we heard Joe Biden last night make his case for the presidency. So I'm curious, why do you think Donald Trump is the better option for Americans, and specifically for these Northern Wisconsinites that you represent?
You know, I think when you look at the closing speech last night by Joe Biden, you heard a lot of platitudes. There was very little substance. And knowing Wisconsin voters the way I do, they want to hear some substance. And I think there's a lot of people that were disappointed that he didn't come and deliver that message, that Joe Biden didn't come to Wisconsin. I mean, it's much like Hillary Clinton 4 years ago when she did not come to Wisconsin. Wisconsinites want to be able to hear, they want to hear what your message is. They want to be able to really test who you are as a candidate so they can make a good, informed decision, because Wisconsin voters are, I mean, they're savvy. They know how to go about making a judgment of political candidates. And I think Joe Biden fell a little bit short there. But when you look at north central Wisconsin and President Trump, I mean, there's been a lot of good things happen up here. This is a heavily agriculture and manufacturing region up here. And President Trump, with the USMCA agreement, which replaced NAFTA, if you remember, NAFTA was passed back in the 1990s. Joe Biden supported it. It was a bad deal for people here in Wisconsin and across America. And President Trump has ended these bad trade deals that were put in place over the last few decades and put ones in that put America first. And I think that's part of the reason why you're going to see people here in northern central Wisconsin, throughout Wisconsin, are going to support President Trump here in November.
Yeah, Congressman, the election is now 73 days away. 4 weeks ago, the president said he would unveil the Republican health care plan in 2 weeks. It's now been 4. Where is the plan? Where is the plan hiding? And are you behind the plan?
So I have not seen a plan come forth. All I know is that a specific plan that you're talking about, but what I've seen with this president is he has talked about and implemented plans to control pharmaceutical costs, something that is near and dear to people across this district, especially the elderly. And he has put in a plan to get control of pharmaceutical costs, and also he has put in a plan to have greater transparency, because that's really the secret to affordable health care, is to have more transparency so the people out here know how much they're paying, whether it's for their pharmaceuticals or for their health care expenses when they go into the doctor.
Congressman Tiffany, the first bill that you recommended in Congress would withhold funding to schools that did not go into in-person classes at a certain date in early September. Why was this your first bill? Why do you feel so strongly that students should be back in classes?
You know, as a father of 3 children, including one that's still in high school, we cannot lose a generation of kids. And that's what's happening. I've been talking to parents across this district, as well as administrators and other school officials, teachers, and they're deeply concerned about kids not getting back into the classroom, because we already lost a significant amount of the last school year. You have some diminishment that goes on every summer. We got to get kids back in the classroom. And I wanted to make sure that we're incentivizing schools to get kids back in the classroom. And we can do it safely and responsibly.
So you kind of made the pitch there on why. When I think of conservatism, I think of local control. This is something that you often preach. Why did you feel that this was the opportunity for federal oversight when so often you recommend local oversight?
Yeah, I would say in regards to local control, I don't preach that. I share that message with people that it's best to have that local control. And that's what we're seeing happen here in Wisconsin. I hope Governor Evers stays with that message, that we're going to allow local school districts to make that choice. I think that's a really good thing. But I think it's also important to incentivize schools to get kids back in the classroom if possible, because we're going to lose a generation of kids if we don't do that. I mean, just look at the information that came out from both the Centers for Disease Control. Dr. Redfield said, get kids back in the classroom. And the American Academy of Pediatrics, they came out with a strong message saying that it is really important we get kids back in school. Otherwise, we're going to lose them to drugs and alcohol. Child abuse is up. We're seeing suicides. And that's what happens when you don't have kids, when they can be in a socialized setting where they can be with their friends and stuff like that. School is a very important component of their lives. Taking that away from them and taking that away from them in person can really have harmful effects.
Congressman, Vice President Pence was in Darien on Wednesday. Very friendly territory, hasn't voted Democratic in 100 years. Is this a sign the campaign is now shifting toward away from persuasion and now on to just getting out the vote?
Oh no, we're continuing to persuade voters. And I'll tell you, one of the most powerful messages that's out there right now is safety and security. We have a party. If you listen to Joe Biden last night, he has still not said that we should defend the police. He's still not criticized those in his party who are saying we must defund the police. Look at Minneapolis, where you have the city council that has said we're going to defund the police in spite of the riots and looting that have gone on over there. And Joe Biden still has not criticized that. We're going to get a lot of voters that are concerned about safety and security. And I can see it in talking to people across the district. The energy is really palpable out there for Republicans on this safety and security issue.
Last question here, Representative Tiffany. I'm going to play devil's advocate one more time on your school's proposition. Some kids, they may have parents who are immunocompromised, and even teachers, they may be a caretaker with grandparents who are immunocompromised. How do you reconcile those problems with sending students back to school?
That's why you should have local control of schools, so that schools can make that decision. I mean, if you look at school districts across the north, what I'm seeing them say, you can have a virtual alternative if that works for your family. Schools are being flexible in that way. And the bill that we put forth at the federal level, it allows schools to be able to opt out if they need to do that. If there's circumstances that are unusual to them, they can opt out without jeopardizing their funding.
That's all the time we have today, Representative Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, good to be here, Dan.
All right, thank you again. Right after the break, we're going to talk to Representative Tiffany's opponent this November, Tricia Zunker. Stay with us.
Right now, it feels like the world's standing still. But if you look to the land, it's a whole different story. From farms to backyards, seeds are being planted, animals are getting fed, grass is growing, and families are giving their all to the soil, because the land never stops. So to all those linked to the land, we say thank you. We're here for you, because we all run together.
Stop by Lakeland Lawn and Equipment in Arborvita for special offers taking place for a limited time.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
ELM Repair in Edgar is a family-owned and operated full-service diesel repair shop. From pickups to semi-trucks to heavy equipment and RV service. If it runs on diesel, we can repair it. Want more power and better mileage? Our experienced professionals will get your truck running and at peak performance. With a state-of-the-art dyno and fully stocked parts department, we can even come out to you with our 24-hour mobile repair service. ELM is always looking for passionate and talented people to join our team. The Diesel Doctor have it done right the first time at ELM Repair.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
Lake of the Torches Resort Casino. You can count on us for all the hottest slots inside. Sun-dappled water outside. Enjoyment comes naturally here with abundant home-style foods, the most exciting promotions, and the new Lake Club that rewards you for playing. At Lake of the Torches Resort Casino, expect the best of everything every time you visit. Winning's more fun at the lake.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? For softer clothes that are gentle on your skin, try Downy Free and Gentle. Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle.
When the Murrays started using Gain Ultra Flings, they fell in love with its irresistible scent. Looks like their dog Michelangelo did too. Gain Ultra Flings with 2 times OxyBoost and Febreze.
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. We now welcome the Democratic nominee for the 7th Congressional District and Wausau School Board President Tricia Zunker. Tricia, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Well, we just wrapped up the DNC. Joe Biden made his case for the presidency last night. Do you think this will resonate with Wisconsin voters?
Absolutely. This is the most consequential election of our lifetime. We are dealing with a global pandemic that was avoidable. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to take office and address this. We have had 170,000 lives lost. There's an inexcusable lack of PPE for our frontline workers. There's a lack of testing to get this pandemic under control. Joe Biden's actually going to represent all Americans and bring us together in this time of division. So there's a lot at stake here, and I believe that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to win on November 3rd.
Yeah, Ms. Zunker, this district is largely rural and leans toward being a little older. Recently, Louis DeJoy from the Post Office General, he's been doing things with the mail, slowing it down a bit for the people out there. So how do you feel about what he's doing to the post office currently?
The attacks on the U.S. Postal Service are inexcusable. This is an agency that is older than this country itself. It is required by the Constitution. And in rural Wisconsin, we have a lot of people that rely on the Postal Service. We have senior citizens, veterans, disabled populations that rely on the Postal Service for medication and other necessary supplies. So to see these attacks on the Postal Service is disgraceful. And it's always been a nonpartisan issue. And to see this become a partisan thing at this stage is it's horrible. But we absolutely need to protect and fund the Postal Service.
Ms. Zunker, we just spoke with your opponent this November, Representative Tiffany. I can't think of a more clear contrast between two candidates in regards to the school issue. He put forth a resolution, or legislation rather, that would withhold funding for schools that did not go in person. And you, as the Wausau School Board President, you actually voted in favor of having an all virtual approach to schools this fall, at least on a month-by-month basis. So tell us why you made that decision.
Well, first of all, I would like to point out that this was Congressman Tiffany's first act in Congress, was introducing legislation that would withhold federal funding from our schools if they don't physically reopen by September 8th. Now, no matter where you stand on pandemic measures, our children and our teachers should not be held hostage. But I'll tell you, as school board president of one of the largest school districts in Wisconsin, I know we need more federal investment in our schools, not someone who threatens to take it away. Currently, we get about 10% of our funding from the federal government. And that is funding that is geared towards services for low-income families, like free and reduced lunch, and services for disabled students. Now, these are some of our most vulnerable populations. So that proposed legislation by Congressman Tiffany, first act as Congressman, targeted our most vulnerable students. Now, why did we choose to start the year virtually? Well, we looked at the high level of community spread, listened to medical experts, looked at the data, and said our students and our staff are not going to be guinea pigs to see what COVID-19 looks like when we suddenly put thousands of people in the building. It's just not safe. And it's not something that just affects students. Everybody's pointing to the low level of COVID-19 when that's not true anymore with children. We're seeing high cases within the last month alone. But it's not something that's just a student issue. Those students have to, ride the bus and potentially expose the bus driver, expose the lunch lady, expose grandma and grandpa that they live with. This really is a community issue. And what's unfortunate is because we've had a lack of leadership in the White House on this global pandemic, and because we've had a lack of action save for the recent mask mandates at a state level, it has fallen on local school boards to manage a global pandemic. And it's truly scary this explosion of cases that we're going to see in the fall, and whether or not hospitals are going to have the capacity. We came out on the side of health and safety and well-being of our students, staff, and community. And we are going to be reviewing this frequently at school board meetings. And when the data supports that it's safe to actually go back in the schools, we're going to do that. But one thing that should also be pointed out is so many people are trying to get back in the buildings. They're saying, my child wants to get back in school. I understand that. I'm a solo parent. It's been very tough trying to balance everything along with virtual learning of my son. But school is not going to look the same. It's not going to be what it was before the pandemic. Classrooms, they're not going to have things on their walls because they need to be a sterile environment. So it's not going to look like a classroom. Children that are used to being able to going from class to class are now going to be stuck in one classroom, and teachers are moving to reduce the spread of contagion. There's going to be students wearing masks all day, teachers wearing masks, and some are even wearing shields, quite frankly. And then students that are getting their lunch from the lunchroom and bringing it back to the classroom. So school is not going to look the same in the fall for those districts that are reopening. That's going to be very troubling for our students as well.
All right, time for me to play devil's advocate here, Ms. Zunker. Broadband access is a very big issue in central and northern Wisconsin. Some students in your district and in the Wausau School District don't have access to reliable internet service. So are you worried about those people, those students, falling behind the other students who do have access?
Absolutely, and that's why we are having hubs in our buildings. We've sent out surveys, and for people that don't have surveys or don't have internet access to complete the survey, we're making phone calls and also have paper copies of the survey. But for those individuals that don't have high quality, reliable, affordable broadband, they are able to come into our buildings in the various hubs that are being designed by administration. And this is a critical issue. In fact, a few weeks ago, I brought a resolution to my board identifying the fact that we need legislation at the state level to ensure affordable, high quality broadband access so that we treat it like the utility that it is. People are being deprived of opportunity without broadband access. And we're doing everything that we can in the Wausau School District to make sure that our teachers and students have access to it during mandated virtual learning.
Yeah, final question. The election is now 73 days away. The DNC convention wrapped up yesterday. The RNC convention is next week. It's largely expected to focus on not Joe Biden, but Hunter Biden. Is that a winning strategy?
I think they should focus on the issues. I think they should focus on the fact that we have a pandemic, that we have 170,000 people that died, avoidable deaths, 170,000 families that are grieving. I think that they need to focus on the issues and how to help the American people. That's what leaders do. So if that's going to be the focus, by all means, let that be their focus. But Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, my own campaign, we're focused on how can we help people that are struggling? How can we make sure that people have opportunities for success?
Well, that's all the time we have, Ms. Zunker. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after a few messages.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
For a deck you'll love for years, use Cabot Premium Long-Lasting Exterior Wood Stains and Finishes from Menards. Right now, all Cabot Wood Care products are 11% off. Keep your home well lit and safe with a dual-head battery-operated outdoor security floodlight. It easily mounts anywhere without the wiring. $37.99 after 11% rebate. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you worried about going away to college this fall? What if you could get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus to begin your bachelor's degree, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams and saving you money. With NTC's new liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including a guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. We're ready when you are.
With new to you products arriving daily, there's no small find at your local Goodwill. When you treasure hunt for favorite items that fit your unique style at Goodwill, you fuel job training and opportunities for people with barriers to employment in your community. Not only are you keeping items out of the landfill, you're also supporting more than 1.5 hours of job training and opportunities with every purchase you make. For great back-to-school finds, shop Goodwill. Goodwill. Donate. Shop. Bring good home.
I like to drive. I used to think I was a pretty good driver.
But now Joe Biden's taken a sharp left turn. Buckle up for his $4 trillion tax hike. Biden's plan raises taxes on small business, reversing the recovery. He's pledged to eliminate blue-collar oil and gas jobs. And analysts estimate stocks would crash up to 25% if Biden takes the wheel, crushing your retirement.
This is just bold.
Hit the brakes on Biden. He'll wreck our economy. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A technical education is more valuable and essential than ever, with 2/3 of careers in 2020 requiring hands-on skills. Nicolet College provides a quality education and programs that are more flexible, affordable, and relevant in today's careers. For added flexibility, select programs offer monthly start dates and personalized learning. Plus, with courses offered on campus or online, there's a program suited for everyone. Nicolet College is the next step toward your successful career.
Tonight, a young defense attorney stabbed alone in her office. Heartless. Detectives are working the case when a phone call adds a surprising twist.
You need to look into this angle.
Dateline tonight, 10/9 Central.
Tuesday, the history-making moment when talent goes from ordinary to extraordinary.
Never seen anything like this.
Got Talent quarterfinals live Tuesday on NBC.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
We're out of time, so we will see you next week.